In the Pits is partnered with the Splat Zone Trinity 3-Man Paintball Series. The series, put on by Splat Zone Indoor Paintball, offers a fun and competitive opportunity for tournament play for players of all experience levels. Beginner, Division 5, and Open 3v3 X-Ball gives all players a chance to gather two friends and have some fun. Are you a beginner interested in playing, but worried your setup won't be competitive? Not to worry, Splat Zone will have several setups on hand for beginner division players if needed. The series is even investing in bringing my personal ref crew from outside the Houston area, guaranteeing that your experience that day will be run smoothly and fairly. Registration is live now for the season opener on Sunday, May 25th, so grab two friends and get signed up today. In the Pits is partnered with BEM Wraps. Behind every mask is a unique and creative player. Tap into it when you order your next custom headpiece. Their Build-A-Band lets you communicate with them one-on-one to make your order just the way you want, all the way down to the color of the stitch. Check out their Instagram at BEMWraps for drops and build videos of them working on orders. They offer very competitive pricing, so reach out today to get started on your own one-of-a-kind headpiece. In the Pits is partnered with 71 Designs. Owned and operated by veteran Wade Martin, and partnered with fellow Texas brand Compete. 71 Designs can take your ideas for soft goods, merchandise, and casual wear and make them a reality. Message 71 Designs on Facebook or Instagram to get started today. In the Pits is partnered with QBR. Are you seeking to heal and recover from the toll that paintball puts on the mind and body? QBR has the solution for you. Head to QBRofficial.com and use code PITS10 for 10% off of your order, plus free shipping. QBR, they don't sell broccoli. In the Pits is partnered with XTPL Events. The Extreme Tournament Paintball League is a series put on by the Lukow family of paintball fit fame that gives the opportunity for players to learn and grow together as a team. 3-man, Challengers and Champions X-Ball, Draft Mech X-Ball, Super 7s, U3v3, even Glow-in-the-Dark Mech X. There's something for everyone at XTPL. Not to mention prize tosses, raffles, and the infamous paintball munching contest. Events happen throughout the year, and the prizes never disappoint. Sign up for an XTPL event today on PB Leagues. In the Pits is partnered with Hydra. Designed by players for players, you can outfit yourself in Hydra gear from head to toe. Have confidence that when you make a purchase from Hydra, you are purchasing a well-tested and well-thought-out product, trusted by several top teams, including World Cup Pro Champions Paintball Fit. I personally recommend their Hydra Black knee pads. Purchases over $100 receive free shipping. Head to hydra.fit to browse their selection and discover the Hydra mentality. In the Pits is partnered with Texas Pro player Jared Sherman. In a world where saving time means making money, Jared's local seed bank is making waves in Texas, carrying a large assortment of Texas-approved varieties for use in the Texas Hemp Program, seeds for novelty use, as well as premium genetics bred for solventless extraction. Jared Sherman has the ability to satisfy even the most sophisticated collectors. Head to his website and use code INTHEPITS for 10% off of your orders. In the Pits is partnered with Mariachi Águilas de Oro. Based in Austin and servicing the surrounding areas, these Golden Eagles will bring life to any event you are having, from birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, corporate events, or even a simple performance to enjoy. Guillermo Padilla, one of their trumpet players, is also a member of the Texas paintball scene. Visit them on Facebook and Instagram to check out some of their past performances, or give them a call to book them for your event today. In the Pits is partnered with the San Antonio 3v3 Paintball Series. The series provides local players with an affordable, fun opportunity to experience the excitement of tournament paintball and has already seen events sell out. I personally am the head referee for the series, and I can't wait to see you there. Visit SAT3v3.com for details on upcoming events, or head to PB Leagues to register your team today. In the Pits is partnered with Get Dat Shot. Get Dat Shot is a local Texas videographer with numerous events experience filming on the Major League Paintball Pro field. Needing coverage for an upcoming event? Message him at getdat_shot on Instagram and let him know In the Pits sent you. In the Pits is partnered with Paintball Kumite. Paintball Kumite is a program designed by Colt Roberts of professional team San Antonio X Factor to take paintball players of all ages, experience levels, and skill groups and mold them into champions. The program breaks the game down into small, easy-to-learn sessions designed to help you master the fundamentals so that you can elevate your game. Newcomers to the program get a free 1-hour introductory class when mentioning In the Pits. To sign up for a class, message at Paintball Kumite on Instagram. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 150 of In the Pits Paintball Podcast. This podcast is focused on everything that has to do with the paintball scene here in Texas, from professional players and teams to new divisional programs, local tournament series, field owners, Texas-based brands, even photographers and videographers. Every week, we'll have a short and sweet episode with a new topic and new special guest. I'm Christian Dallas Smith. I'm a player for the Texas Titans, and this episode we are going in the pits with Charles Dean, owner of MAXT, and Vincent Lemeltier, and I'm going to do my best on the last name, so Lemeltier, head coach for Scalp. Perfect. Gentlemen, how are you doing this evening?
Doing really well. Just went through a nice rainstorm here in Ohio, but hopefully that's the biggest one that we get all weekend.
Hopefully. Yeah. Thank you for your invitation.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming on. I know today was a travel day and a setup day for you all up at the event. I'm sure it's been busy and you're just wanting to go to bed, I'm sure, but I appreciate you guys taking out the time for the podcast's third birthday. This is a huge milestone. And I want to thank everybody that has come on the show in the past. Thank all of the listeners, the viewers, and also thank of course, the sponsors, the Patreon, and all the friends of the show, and then Major League Paintball, of course, for hosting us. So, yeah, it's a big one.
Happy birthday, by the way. That's an accomplishment.
Thank you. All right. So y'all, let's go ahead and get started. This first question, since Charles, you've been on the show before, so we're going to focus on Vincent for a little bit. This one is brought to us by XTPL Events. So, Vincent, for those listening that maybe don't know about you, how long have you been involved in tournament paintball?
I think I was involved since more than 25 years now.
25 years, really? Okay. Yeah. So I know doing my research on, I use PB Leagues to do a lot of my research. And unfortunately, that doesn't go nearly as far back as your history. So what are some of the teams that you've either played for or been involved with over the years?
I was involved in many different teams. My first team was called Jaguars, was a team near Paris. And after that, I made several teams like Paintball Athletic Club, a team that was called Be the Clown. And after that, I went for the Scalps.
All right, and that's I'm definitely curious as far as how the French scene and the European scene compares to over here in the U.S. But we'll get to that in a little bit. And I know we are a little bit limited on time this evening, so I want to make sure we get to the hard-hitting questions for everybody that's tuning in. First, thank you. If you have any questions for either Vincent or Charles, get them in the chat. We'll do our best to get to them throughout the episode. So, Vincent, what was it? And this one brought to us by QBRofficial.com. What was it that got you into paintball to begin with?
The way I was involving in paintball.
Like how did you start, or why did you start?
I start with one friend of my mother that was playing paintball, and I was went into his house and go to the restroom and saw a pile of paintball magazine. So I started to write it and say, I want to try that. But I was 14 at that moment, so he said, "Wait for your 16. I'm gonna bring you to the field." And he respect his promise, so he takes me. I took my two first ball, and I think I got the virus at the very first moment, for sure.
We all did.
Oh yeah, that's an accurate way to describe it for sure. So for you, is 16 the youngest age that you're allowed to participate in paintball over in France, or why wait till 16?
At that moment, at that period, yes. you cannot start the paintball before 16. But now in France there is a big evolution regarding the kids, so we can let them play at 12.
All right. Yeah, the youth movement. It's cool to hear that it's not just something that's happening in Texas or just in the U.S. I think the U16 and the U19 is causing the rest of the world to start slowly catching on and playing earlier and earlier.
Yeah, there is few clubs in France that are already involved in giving the ABC, the basis to the kids. I can speak about RNPPC, Mighty Fox, Boule de Feu. All there is some people that are really involved about the kids in France, and yeah, that's cool because we need some fresh blood to refresh the teams.
Absolutely. So Charles, this one's for you, and it's brought to us by the San Antonio 3v3 series, which, by the way, the NXL is testing a new format tomorrow with the 3v3 X Ball with the Pro Division. And I want to give a shout out to Sasha because I feel like the 3v3 X Ball concept is something that he's been pioneering in Texas over the last 6 months, and now it's starting to catch on all across the country. So, Charles, I think now is a good time to mention the connection that you two have. So could you tell us more about how you and Vincent originally got connected?
Yeah, so we actually got connected through Ryan Gray when Ryan Gray had coached for Scalp when they came to World Cup last year. I think Ryan, I don't know if he coached against you guys, Vincent, or helped you coach in Europe, but you guys had an instant bond and connection. And I feel like when you and I met, it was the same thing. We just became fast friends. We talk all the time. It's a lot of fun talking to someone from France. And I think you enjoy talking to someone from Texas in the United States and comparing notes, not just on paintball, but music and everything else, food. So it's been a cool friendship. And, that's kind of, as we've talked, there were some other sponsorship things in the off season that Scalp was looking at. And luckily it had an opportunity for MAXT to sponsor Scalp over in Europe, as well as their semi-pro team Indians. And Scalp has always been one of my favorite European teams, and also becoming friends with Vincent and respecting the work that he does and what he's done with his team. I'm super excited to be involved and support them and for them to support MAXT. That's how we met. Wasn't very long ago, but feels like forever.
Almost.
Yeah, it's cool that the connections that you build in paintball, you guys met about 7-8 months ago. Yep. And now he's flying all the way over here, and we'll talk about this here in a little bit. And you guys are already getting more involved just from like a off meeting because through like a mutual connection. And it's very cool how like that bond of being involved within this sport of paintball, and very, very quickly that connection is strong because of it. Yeah.
It's a very big, small world. Everyone around the world. It doesn't matter if you're from Russia or France or New York or Texas, Australia, you have that instant bond with a paintball player.
Correct.
Oh yeah. So Vincent, this one's brought to us by the Splat Zone Trinity 3-man series. You've been with Scalp since, at least on PB Leagues, it shows since 2019. And you've also been coaching them in NXL Europe in the semi-pro and pro division there, at least since 2022, if not earlier. So what did the transition for you from the playing role to the coaching role look like?
That wasn't quite easy decision because I suffered a big injury on the knee, so I was not able to. That was frustrating at that moment because my body doesn't allow me to do what I want to do, to do the things that I got in my head. So that was the moment I retreat in the pit, try to help the team the best I can. And I realized that I was more and really more efficient in the pit than on the field, because I have some fantastic players and they play a lot better than me. So let's get in the pit and help them the way I can.
Well, that's I guess in our sport, injuries can be brutal, and it's a very active sport and it requires a lot. But at the same time, there's something that I really like paintball because of, is that it seems that there's a spot for everybody, even on the field or in the pits, on the sidelines as a scout watching the webcast, even like just making sure that your paint is managed correctly throughout the weekend. All of those jobs are significantly important and play a huge role to the success of your team. So it's cool that even off the field, the things that you can definitely lose a match off the field, and you can definitely win a match off the field. And all of those members are just so key to the entire product, even the ones that aren't so visible on the webcast.
That is 100% true. 100% true.
Exactly. But I was always attracted by all the sports, especially the US sports, regarding the using of the datas. That's something that I'm passionate with. So when I have the obligation to go to the pit to try to continue to have my passion, I use all that background regarding the US sports, the datas, and try to translate some of the things of the other sport in our sport. Like, I was thinking that if that works for them, why that will not work for us too? So that's the way I try to coach, is that taking all the things that works well in the other professional sports and try to bring them and adapt them for the paintball.
It seems like it's a approach that more and more of the professional division is starting to pick up on. Not too long ago, it was a distinct advantage to even have a coach at all. And now, looking at the teams in the pro division, I think just about everybody has a coach, if not a coach and a lead scout, and even getting organized with their pit crew and consistently having the same guys managing the paint, managing pod filling, and just keeping things organized. It's becoming more and more, I guess, mature in a way.
Yeah, it's just a matter of small details, but you need to be sure that all those small details are by your way and not by the way of the others. So yeah, it's sometimes it's obvious things or things that seems not very important, but you have to pay attention to all those small details and try to put them by your side.
Absolutely. So this question, either of you guys or both of you guys can answer. It's brought to us by BEM Wraps. So Scalp has been sponsored by your company, MAXT, Charles. And this weekend, Vincent is here in the U.S. With you in Cincinnati, and he's going to be coaching your MAXT Division III X-Ball line. So for either of you guys, how has the very quick adjustment period been over the last week or so for both of you?
For us, like having a coach with Vincent's pedigree, when I told him let me back up. When we started, it's kind of like Vincent had reached out to me and asked if I knew of any semi-pro teams that may need a coach. And because the team that he had been coaching, Outlaw out of Houston, I think Outlaw Anodizing, right? They're not playing this event. And I said, well, I don't know any semi-pro teams, but I know a D3 team that's looking for a coach for this event. And it was kind of joking. I didn't think Vincent would want to coach a D3 team. And he said, really? Which one? And I said, mine. He goes, let's go. He's like, I'm in. Let's figure out how to make it work. So, once we got to planning, for us, the adjustment with him, I told him coming into it, I said, look, we're D3 guys. I mean, a lot of us are experienced, but, just for myself, like I just got back into playing X-ball this year. I haven't played on a team since 2017 because mainly to focus on my business and also just time management. I've guested on teams. I've recently started playing some Masters division thanks to Jason Bonner with Greed. And it was a lot of fun. And I just turned 46 this year. And when I played World Cup last year, I felt absolutely terrible. I felt out of shape. I felt old. I felt slow. And it kind of motivated me to get back in shape. And honestly, the thing that's worked for me over the years is just playing paintball, being in the best shape I can be. So I got back in the gym. Since World Cup, I'm down 20 pounds and, wanted to play X-ball. And, Travis Patton, who's been, my right-hand man through this since last year, he plays with Havoc down in Texas. And when we talked about this MAXT D3 line, really it was for me to come out and enjoy paintball again. And, D3 I felt like was perfect for me to come back into the sport. I can play at that level and still have enough time for the business. And also play with a lot of my friends who play on other local teams, but they don't have an NXL team. So I was very fortunate to have a lot of support early on to come into it. We've been having a blast this year. We're, still looking to gel and find success at NXLs. But really, it's just been enjoying friends and just getting out there and hitting the field again. So to have Vincent come in and coach us this past weekend was, I wouldn't say it was a huge adjustment, but for us, we really got to kind of break things down. I realized actually working with him with this group, divisional teams in general, I think we're really bad at trying to fix 5 things at once on the field. So you go out, it's like, hey, we're not talking. Okay, well, let's talk. Hey, this guy's not shooting that. Well, let's do that. We kind of went out, felt the field out on Saturday at X Factor. And, the biggest problem we had initially, we actually added 2 guys to our roster who hadn't played. One of them hasn't played with us all season. One of us didn't play the last event. So we kind of got to gel again. And our communication was terrible. And Vincent identified that. And the first thing he did was, hey, the next 5 points, I don't care who you shoot. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you win a point, connect with each other across the field. So that's what we did. And that was, and Vincent talked about the ABCs earlier with younger players. And that was our A for this practice. And once we got that, and it was to a point where we felt comfortable and Vincent felt comfortable, we moved on to B, something else, and then moved on to C once we kind of played another few points. And by the end of Saturday, we weren't there yet where we wanted to be, but, and the same with Sunday morning. But by the time we got to the end of Sunday, we were much better. Not perfect, but honestly, what I learned, even after being in the industry all these years and being around a lot of pro guys, is just, really isolating one thing at practice with your team and working on it. It was amazing, like just to see the improvement and how fast you can improve multiple things by just working on one thing at a time was awesome. So Vincent, I'll let you take over from there and what your thoughts were going from Scalp and coaching pro to a Division III team.
I think that the main difference is the time that we get for the prep. In Europe, most of the time we got 3 or 4 weekends of prep. The layout are dropping early. So yeah, we can structure every weekend, like saying on the first weekend of the first day of the first weekend, we're gonna focus on that. And Sunday we're gonna focus on that, and etc. But in the US, you just have that just one weekend to prep the major events like that. So I try really to optimize every seconds that we spend during the practice, and I aware the guys that regarding that thing, plus the weather conditions that were totally insane. We really need to optimize every step that we're gonna make on the field, and that's what the guys do. I have to shout out the guys. That group of players is incredible. They are they are really cool, and that's the major thing maybe. Second, they from the very first second of when we meet, they all have the right level of commitment to being able to improve fast, and they give me like an instant respect, and that helps a lot to go fast regarding the improvement. So yeah, really try to make a step-by-step progression. Like, okay, we have to fix that. Now we know that it's fixed. Let's have a look on that and try to improve little things. And at the end of the practice, try to mix all those improvement. And yeah, that was great. They improved very well, honestly. The team that I took on the Saturday morning and the team that I leave on the Sunday evening was two totally different teams. Nothing to compare.
Yeah, I know, especially with Division 3, going back to what you were saying about having to optimize every single moment that you have. Division 3 only being 12 minutes, race to 4. That's not a whole lot of wiggle room for error. And having that approach to just fine tune and isolate the key things for improvement. I think we're going to see that we're going to start to see that success that Charles has been looking for this season.
Connected. We are connected. That's awesome. Will you marry me? Will you marry me?
Amy might have a problem with that.
Sure, you're gonna have that answer. Sure.
So, Charles, this one's for you, and I know you kind of touched on this a little bit, so I'm going to change the wording of the question then,
Sure.
how it's here on the script. So, this one's brought to us by Mariachi Águilas de Oro. So, Charles, as far as the like the in the moments, in the pits, in between points, or like during breakdowns, things like that, what is Vincent doing that has allowed you to and the rest of your team to see that very quick improvement? Is it the I guess the language he's using? Is there a bit of like an emotional or inspirational way that he's going about it? Or how is it that I guess what is it that makes your team and Vincent click so well and so quickly?
I think honestly, he sets very simple rules as a coach, and they're just easy to follow. One of the ones, we all know it. I know. I mean, I practice with your team and seen your team, and you guys have had a lot of success and they're experienced. And we've seen pro teams do it. They walk off the field, they're mad or not even mad. They just come off and it's instant, just blah, 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 as they walk into the pits. And there's all these guys talking, people either blaming people or talking about the last point. And one of the rules Vincent set pretty early on was, when you step off the field and into my pit, I don't want you to talk for 30 seconds. I don't want to hear anything. Go get air, go get paint. And by that time, your heart rate's down, you calm down, and then come talk to me. Don't have individual conversations with players. Talk to me. We need to talk about something. We talk about it as a team. And, for guys that are a little emotional and not calm, I saw an instant improvement with those guys. They struggled with it at first, but as the weekend went on, Vincent knows, and you could see them adapting to it. And it really locked them in with the entire team. And it's little rules like that. And he's got quite a few more that was the one I think that had the biggest impact. And I think having just everyone, we're all playing by the same rules as we walk off the field, not just on the field, but just out of respect for each other and our communication and ideas. That way, no one's yelling over someone, no one's getting emotional, and it was a much more productive way to discuss with every team member what we need to do as a team, not just the guys on the Dorito side talking, or one guy's talking to coach about something, then he has to go talk to the other guys. It's just a very efficient way to communicate in the pits when you don't have much time.
Yeah, you really don't have much time. So there's like going back to being organized on the sideline and how vital it is to be a well-oiled machine in the pits, because if you're an X-ball, hey, you got 2 minutes, and that includes the time it took for you to walk off the field, time it took for you to get air and paint, get all your hits wiped off, fill up your pack, make sure your hopper's topped off, cycle out any broken balls or any equipment issues, and walk all the way back to the box and tag up before the buzzer goes off again. So there is no extra seconds, and really sometimes there's just not enough time. So yeah, Vincent, for you, this one's brought to us by Colt Roberts and his training regimen, Paintball Kumite. Shout out to Colt Roberts. So as a new coach to this team with not a whole lot of time to get to know them, just the one weekend, what were the 2 or 3 key things that you chose to focus on in order to get the maximum potential out of them?
As Charles said, the very first improvement that we tried to have was about the connection between the players. After that, I think we pay attention of having a construction and a structure for every point. Okay, first check if we are 5 alive. Next, have to find the position of the opponent. After that, be sure that every guy on the team knows all the positions, because if we don't have those info, it's hard to play good paintball. But if you have all those infos, paintball is, I would not say easy, but easier for sure. And I think that the last improvement that we did during the weekend was making the guys able to hold certain zone and to have some codes, some situational codes to help the guys to adapt faster on the field about the different schema that the opponent gonna face us. And for example, yeah, I think that now they all know that if we lost that guy, I think that all the guys on the field knows what gonna do all the guys on the field to adapt to that situation. And that's one of the biggest improvements that we did during the weekend. I think so.
Yeah, having the process of a very clear and blatant if this then that is a huge thing in paintball, and really just learning anything in general, so that you're not just going by instinct or feeling like you have to read and react every time. Just having that blueprint already in place to where it's just completely automatic. It's like I guess the closest sports analogy that I can think of is baseball. You know, exactly, hey, if the ball goes here and there's a runner on first, then your throw is immediately, like, if it's in the infield, you go to second and then you go to first. If it's in the outfield, you throw to third or throw to the cutoff man. But it's like just immediately automatic to where you just know. It's not, you have to get into the moment, think about what you're going to do, and then do it. It's just, it's hardwired in. And focusing on doing the basics at a high level is so much more important than trying to cover a whole lot of different topics, especially high level topics, and not doing any of them too very well. So just doing the basics well, I found will get you way further in our game.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure. It's Vincent's favorite American jargon, for sure.
Texan slang. Let's go.
Yeah.
Love it. So this one is for either of you guys, or actually before we get to that, I do see we have a question for you in the chat, Charles. This is from Austin Glover.
Hey, Austin.
Yes. Charles, if you have one day left on Earth, what type of 6-pack beer are you drinking?
If it's with you, Austin, it's a Coors Light.
Alrighty. So for either of you guys, this one's brought to us by Jared Sherman and his website, texandhemp.com. So for the divisional teams out there doing it on their own, what would you say to them as far as the benefits of having a dedicated coach, especially with one with the pedigree that Vincent has?
Well, I'll start to field this one just because Jared Sherman sponsored this question, which I think is kind of cool because Jared has been very big on coaching local teams, not volunteering his services, but going out as a coach to help teams and share his knowledge as a pro player. I saw there's a lot of guys locally that I've seen post lately. Jeremy Zimmerman's one, like I saw him posting looking to teach teams. Man, I think one of your guys posted.
Yeah, Leo posted.
Leo, he's looking for like D5, D6. And what that tells me is he's looking for young players to really coach up, get them up to speed. And I think a lot of that, I think as players, coaching helps them get better because you really look at things differently as a coach. You can look at them across the whole field, not just your position that you play. But also what it says to me is a lot of these players that have been experienced and want to share their knowledge understand that to keep paintball, the tournament paintball specifically alive and growing, you've got to teach people the right way to play it and keep them interested in it and mentor, especially young players. So I think if a team wants to get better or wants to really understand the sport, find a good coach that you can work with. And it's not just if they're a good player, find someone that you mesh with personality wise. Everyone has a different coaching style. We mentioned Ryan Gray earlier. His coaching style to Vincent's coaching style are night and day, but they definitely look at the data the same way. I think you guys are very similar in that aspect. But your delivery is completely different and it works different with different sets of players, with different individual players. So find someone that you work with well, personality wise, not just with the information and the teaching. So I think it's great for teams to get a dedicated coach.
Vincent, do you have anything to add to that?
Not really. Just have to say that it's pretty exciting to take a group of players that you absolutely don't know and try to discover them very fast and find the good way to speak to that one or to that one, because the message are the same, but you have to adapt the words that you are using, the tone that you are using, depending the players. And it's exciting to try to find the best lever to use depending the players, and try to take them and make them overperform regarding the result that they got before. So yeah, I'm excited. Honestly, I'm excited. Can't wait to jump on the field.
Vincent, some of the things that you're saying, do you have any background in teaching at all?
Me?
Yes.
Teaching? Not really teaching, but I have a lot of experience about managing guys. I was a manager in a clothes shop, I managed different paintball field during several years. And I was the captain of most of the team that I was involved. So yeah, I think I love to take a lot of things in charge. Sometimes maybe too much. It's a challenge for me to ask other person to do part of my jobs because I love to maybe control almost everything that could have an influence on my team. But no really teaching, but plus managing. Yeah, managing experience for sure.
Yeah, I can tell that you've been doing this for quite a while.
Thanks a lot.
So this question is for both of you guys. We'll start with Vincent. So Vincent, throughout your entire paintball career, what's been your favorite moment so far?
Honestly, I'm lucky because I got several. But if I have to take only one, I think it's gonna be the first pro victory in Portugal last season. First because it was like an accomplishment for me and for my guys, catch the dream of all our lives, and maybe because that was absolutely not something that was planned or prepared, or that all the European paintball scene I've seen coming, because we were just promoted from the semi-pro, and our expectation was just to slowly become a real actor of that division and play some Sunday clubs and try to go further in different tournaments. But winning that first one, especially against Tontons in final, who are one of our best enemies, shout out to them, and they are so big palmarès. That was quite an honor to be able to beat them in final in Portugal. So yeah, I think it's gonna be one of my best memories for sure. I got it in the skin now.
Love it. Definitely a great story. Charles, how about you?
Oh my gosh. It's really hard. I think this is the artist in me. I kind of struggle between artist and logical side all the time. It's the designer and then the running the business side, and it's always a fight internally. But I think
I thought it was when you meet me.
That's right. I forgot. It was when I met Vincent. No, that was a great day though. I think, you know what? I'll peg down a spot. I think when MAXT first got to the pro field, if we're just specifically talking about MAXT and what I'm proud of with that, when I first started MAXT, I was very heavy on the scenario side. Texas Paintball at the events was kind of wasn't a great place to be as a business, because we just didn't have a lot of local teams. It felt very fragmented. You've been around for a long time. You know what I'm talking about. Quite frankly, the national events weren't, for a couple of years, they weren't very friendly to smaller companies that were coming in, and a lot of smaller companies wouldn't go. And fortunately that changed. I started going to the NXL more, and getting involved. So, I didn't, having a pro team wearing MAXT wasn't a priority, but it became a cool thing when I saw it, because, not just from seeing MAXT on the pro field, and still seeing MAXT on the pro field. New York Extreme will be out there this weekend, and they're a sponsored MAXT team. But the guys give great feedback. In one weekend, I remember the first weekend, Archie Barnes Jr. was out there tearing stuff up, and he's like, I ran like 78 points this weekend running to the snake. And like the jersey held up pretty well. And most divisional teams can't give you that kind of feedback in such a short amount of time. And and I'm always evolving my product. So I was very proud to get MAXT on the main stage, the biggest stage of paintball on the tournament side. And I feel like it's done a lot for my product development on this side, which has made a better product for the divisional guys and all the way across. So that was a very proud moment once it got on the field with Austin Notorious and Miami Kings that first year, or I'm sorry, well, not Kings the first year, second year. That's probably the best moment for MAXT, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Some huge moments, and it's cool to see that the momentum's still going strong with MAXT. So speaking of, Charles, this one's brought to us by Hydra. What can we expect out of the MAXT booth this weekend? Are there any new products or things that you can tease?
The one thing that I have a very hard time keeping in stock are boonie hats. I've got a few boonie hats. There's some new MAXT ones. I have a new boonie hat thanks to a certain guy that runs a podcast that made me aware of a cool wide brim boonie hat. Some new MAXT ones. There'll be some black ones and a stone, like a gray color with a black brim. There'll also be some Immortal Angels, one of the WNXL teams, boonie hats for sale. Also have Baltimore Nevermore's t-shirts will be back in stock, as well as some Scalp shirts will be in the booth and some New York Extreme jerseys for sale. So make sure you stop by. But I think the coolest product, maybe it's appropriate since it's your birthday, is the In the Pits boonie. I think you might have a picture of one.
Yeah, let's pull it up here. All right. So yeah, we got the In the Pits boonies are going to be, we're back in the merch game, y'all. So yeah, Charles, a huge thank you to you for partnering with me on this. I've kind of did like the initial shirts with, what did I do here? There we go. I kind of did the initial shirts a couple of years ago, and really haven't done anything since as far as the merch side goes. So it's, I think it's a long time coming, and I'm super excited to debut these back at the event.
I appreciate you for asking me about them, and yeah, I'm excited to get them. They're en route because we kind of got this going. I thought you were going to be in Ohio, and then when you told me last weekend, I was like, well, they're still coming up there. So once I have some packages coming in with product, they're in there. I'll make sure I share it on social media, and I'll pull one out for you.
Alrighty. So yeah, there's I think we made 20 in this first run.
Mm-hmm.
So I can tell you that two of the Titans are going to be getting one, and I might grab one or two more for an event that I'm going to be announcing here in a little bit. So yeah, I think that leaves like 15 or 16 left.
Yep.
And they'll be at your booth. So.
And boonies are in high demand at these events. Everyone always forgets hats, and there's a lot of burned necks if you're not careful. And it's going to be a hot one this weekend.
Yeah, I had one that was made for me, like my actually soon-to-be sister-in-law made one for me for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I've been rocking it pretty religiously at paintball fields ever since. And yeah, having a wide brim boonie at an event, game changer.
Yeah, definitely.
For the long-term endurance throughout the weekend, for sure. So yeah, they will be, I think we said $35 on these.
Yes, they'll be $35.
All right. So yeah, head over to the MAXT booth. There's going to be only 15 available now. So be sure to get them while they're still there. All right. So Vincent, this one's for you, and it's brought to us by 71 Designs. So after the weekend of practice with MAXT, what do you think an achievable goal is for this squad for the event?
It's a tough question because I'm not used to the D3 US division, so it's difficult for me to give a goal. Or I know that we had a lot of conversation with Charles about it. I think that we are reaching a podium. That's the goal. We have to say it. But first, I think it's gonna be going to the Sunday club, and after that, taking games after games, as every game is gonna be a final for us, and gonna be a new step for the guys. So yeah, first let's go to the Sunday club, and after that, let's see to the place that we can go.
Yeah, I know this this event in Division 3. Let's see. Over in Atlantic City, there was 27 teams. This event, there's 28, and I think in Tampa there was something like 40 or 50. In D3, there was a ton of them. So yeah, this event gonna be. Or sorry, actually, it's only looking at it. There's only 35 teams. I say only, but yeah, 35 teams in Division 3 in Tampa. 27 in Atlantic City, and now 28 in Cincinnati. That is a lot of teams to have to fight through. But for you guys, I know even from the start of practice on Sunday to the end of practice, you guys had a pretty significant turnaround. Went from like having the high body situations and losing to having the low body situations and winning very comfortably. So I think if you keep up that momentum and again, just do the basics at a very high level, you guys are definitely, I can see a podium being very achievable for your squad.
Appreciate that. Yeah, you guys gave us some good looks. Gunners D4 gave us some good looks there. They always do well. They're playing this event, and good luck to the Gunners. You guys need to bring some hardware back to Texas for sure.
Yeah. They practice well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yep. The winners over in Tampa, and yeah, I think Texas definitely has been humbled a little bit, especially in some of the more local leagues with Louisiana teams coming in and taking everything. So we need Texas to put a statement back out there.
Yep.
That's the plan.
All right. So this question is brought to us by Get That Shot. He's a pro media guy from the Valley, which is this Vincent, for you, it's the southern border of Texas. And I think he shoots for HK Army, if I remember correctly. I think that's where he is.
I think him and Enrique are shooting for HK, but they're definitely at all the NXLs and both put out amazing content.
Absolutely. So if you don't have any coverage, I don't know if you can get Carlos for this one at this point, but go ahead and message him at GetThat_shot on Instagram if you're needing any coverage for any local Texas events or any future NXL events. So we'll start with Vincent on this. Vincent, is there anybody in paintball? It could be a team, a player, a brand, a community member, anybody in paintball that you think deserves more recognition for what they're doing.
Okay, easily. Alexander Bernikov. I cannot say anything. This is the guy who helps Scalp to reach another level due to his dedication and his focusing, and he's so rigorous, so disciplined, and it was not easy for some Latin guys and French guys as us to be as disciplined as he asked us to be. And we suffered a little bit at the first events that we have Malloy with us, but now what he learned us is it's craved in the stone and in our brain. So yeah, big shout out to him, and I hope he's gonna continue to dominate the paintball pro field in the US and in Europe as soon as we're gonna be able to play again with him.
All right. Charles, same question to you. I know we asked you this last time you were on the show for episode 65, so a very long time ago. Who do you think in the world of paintball could be on the field or off the field that deserves more recognition for what they're doing?
Man, I'm going to have to say Arsenal, honestly. Probably a strange answer. You wouldn't have expected an out of Texas team, but you know, and I know a lot of the guys from that area that have put that team together. But then they started adding players like, you know, Archie Barnes, and they started adding like Mikowski and really putting pieces together. They had a pretty good performance at the last event. I know they get talked about, especially at their last event, but I don't feel like, you know, when I talk to people this weekend, including Vincent, about, you know, brackets and things like that as we were driving up from Texas, I felt like Arsenal didn't get the respect that they're going to wind up earning sooner than later. I think they're working through putting you guys together. And I'm pretty excited to see what that team is going to do towards the end of the season, and especially going back into next season if they keep that same roster. I think they're going to be a powerhouse team. So time will tell.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think even and these numbers that I'm seeing from Greeny's website, the paintball, what is it, the Pro Pick'em paintball? I can't believe I'm butchering it already. I think it's Pro
I haven't
Pick'em
even
paintball.
seen.
But let me see if I can find the exact ones. It's the Instagram page that's doing all of the kill counts.
With the really cool graphics. Whoever's doing their graphics is doing an awesome job.
Yeah, so that the person behind that is James Green. He plays for Aftermath, but he also on the Lucky 15s. So the numbers that he's posting, you regularly see. I know Cody Mikowski especially is regularly towards the top of the kill counts. So that's a team that I think everybody knows that they've got the pieces. It's just how soon is it going to be until they are firing on all cylinders, and then the league better watch out, because it's just going to be another team that you have to worry about. Yeah,
I think so too. I mean, time will tell, and they have to earn that respect, but I think that is a team to watch out for.
And if I can add something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I just spoke about superstar for Malloy, but if I'm able to put some light on one guy in France, it's gonna be put the light on a little guy called Matteo Duro. That guy is 14 years old. He's involved in paintball with his father, David Duro, who is Scalp player, number 19. And he's involved with him almost every weekend at paintball field since he was 8. And now he play in the NXL Europe in semi-pro with the Indians. And I hope we're gonna be able to have him with Scalp in the few seasons. That kid deserves a bit spotlight on him due to his dedication. I don't know any kid in France that have his level of dedication. He's so good at school first. It's maybe the main thing, and yeah, it makes sense that if he's fucking good at if he's really good, if he's really good at the school, makes sense that he translates that smart things to the paintball. And I know that, for example, when he comes back from school, he makes his homeworks, and a lot of kids of his age gonna set on the Xbox or maybe the computer and let's go play or make I don't know what. But not him. The very first thing he gonna do just after his homework is gonna set YouTube on and watch pro games every day and every day and every day. So yeah, I think that kid needs to pay attention to that name, Matteo Duro, number 18. Let's go, boy.
Right, sounds like he's got the virus. He's got the virus.
Oh yeah, sure.
All right. Yeah. Shout out to Mateo. So I think that just about does it. I I do have an announcement that I was teasing a little bit earlier. So I said there's going to be an event coming up, and so the dates we're finalizing probably sometime next week once everybody involved returns from NXL. But the duel is coming to Texas. So I am going to be putting on what I'm calling the Texas Top Gun. Will be 32 players involved, double elimination, to crown the best amateur duelist in the state of Texas. And we are still in the process of getting all of the details ironed out as far as people backing it and the cost and the prize pool. But my vision for it, I want this to be the biggest duel event ever. And from some of the conversations that I've had with people like Hormesis, like Astra, there's definitely some great interest and some backing from some of those individuals. So yeah, look for details to come, hopefully next week. But yeah, get your calendars or not, I guess, start getting ready now, because the duel is it's a very intense format if you're competing in it, but the rewards are going to be well worth it. I'll just say that. So yeah, with that, I think that does it for our show. Charles, Vincent, thank you both again. We're pretty much we're just over an hour right now. So Charles, do you have any last shout outs or things you'd like to say before we sign off?
I'd just like to say I appreciate you for having us on, and I also appreciate you and the Titans for giving us some great looks this past weekend to prepare us for this event. And I want to thank Vincent for coming all the way to Texas from France, and then now all the way to Ohio to coach us and give you your time and your knowledge. It's been amazing. And I want to shout out to, every guy on the team. You guys have been awesome, have made this season a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing what we're going to do the rest of the year.
All right. Thank you, Charles. Vincent, do you have any last shout outs?
First of all, shout out to you and thanks for your invitation. Having the opportunity to explain the way that we are working in the pits and on the field. It's very cool. Want to shout out Charles to having me, because he is wrong. The honor is for me to have the opportunity to coach his team, and I think last big shout out to all the players that are gonna almost die under the sun for the next three days. Big shout out to them. Respect.
All right. I think that just about does it. Thank you both for coming on. Everybody online, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to go follow Vincent at Vincent Lemeltier on Instagram, and follow MAXT at MAXT Paintball on Instagram. What other guests would you like to see on the show? Be sure to leave a comment down below. While you're at it, hit that subscribe button. The show goes live Wednesday evenings here on youtube.com/@MajorLeaguePaintball. And recordings are posted to YouTube, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify the next day. Quick shout out to my partner and sponsor tier subscribers on Patreon: Get That Shot, Paintball Kumite, Bem Raps, Hydra, XTPL Events, Mariachi Aguilas de Oro, San Antonio 3v3 Series, 71 Designs, TexanHemp.com, QBROfficial.com, and Splat Zone Trinity 3-Man Series. Lastly, thank you to Major League Paintball for hosting this show. We will see you guys next week for episode 151 and the start of year 4. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup.